really good. But we saw Zychuu pull out that crazy Scarlet play last tournament, so this is going to be a really hype match. Both players very capable of taking this. I don't know who's going to take it. Zychuu starting off with a big unarmed combo.
Ooh, both players having the lance, and they're just zooming around each other, doing a little dance, spamming those lance audio files. My favorite thing about lance dittos is that when both players use the Sairs simultaneously, but not simultaneously, like it's a point, it's like a 2-frame delay, so that the audio sounds like stacked on each other. And that's how you know you have a really good lance ditto on your.
So Logec actually ended up with a huge, like massive lance string that did like 60 damage. And then he followed up with some sword moves and really started running away with this game. But Zychuu slowly started to take that damage back, gets hit by a down sig, but that's not a move that kills.
Not this early, at least, as Logec tries to go for an air. He actually gets ground pounded. Zychuu tossing that spike ball down towards the center of the stage, and that nearly hits Logec on the head. But Logec got so much damage on the Zychuu here. He actually finds a recovery, tries to go in for an end light. Not the move that he was looking for as he gets down aired by Logec, but he still holds onto his stock as Thunder Guard's wall is safe. And the ground pound, Zychuu's fighting every punish that he needs, but the ground pound kills at the top. Logec had a lot of damage on the Zychuu, that stock.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing about sword down sig on Sir Roland. It doesn't kill, and by the time it does kill, a sword Sarah would kill too anyways, so it's like, I don't like throwing it out very much as a Roland. But yeah, Logec just absolutely demolished Zychuu. He hit like 3 lance nares and a few combos, and that's like all of your health. Zychuu already in kill percent, and Logec is looking crazy good despite the very close first stock.
Ooh, the ground pound comes out from Logec. Zychuu, yeah, he was getting solid punishes on the Logec, but once Logec got that kill, he stopped getting himself in the position to punish. The downside comes out. Zychuu misses that sidelight onto Logec unarmed, and Zychuu's looking to lose his second stock here. As a sidelight recovery misses as he holds it a little bit too long. Zychuu gets the Sair. But he's, I think, almost a sword down sig from Roland might kill at this point.
Yeah, Logec has so much damage on the Zychuu right now. Logec just hits a recovery, that'll kill. I mean, Logec with a very, very solid stock lead over Zychuu right now. Double dare into ground pound. Goes for more, but Zychuu finally stops getting hit by it. Oh, man. Wow. So Zychuu is getting bodied at this point. Like, doesn't even matter what Logec does, he's just destroying.
Yeah, neutral light comes down to a weapon toss. It actually hits Logec on the way down. Mine puts himself in a position where maybe Zychuu can have some comeback potential as he down airs off the stage, trying to get himself out of the way of Logec. But Logec gets a nice side light, punches that recovery, down air into recovery. Zychuu brought into kill percent once again as a weapon toss comes out. Logec trying to end that stock, but Zychuu finds a neutral light. Weapon toss stops. Logec from getting that side again, and Zychuu getting a lot of damage.
Cool. Yeah, that was a cool combo. I think that might have all been true. That was like super cool.
Zychuu does really well with these cool strings on Scarlet that allows him to come back, but as we see, he doesn't get them all the time. And he's actually coming back on the stock here.
Ooh, why did Logec dodge back?
I'm not sure.
That'll just make you get hit by anything. Yeah. Like he was inside Scarlet, so if you're gonna dodge, it should be like a spot dodge or something. That was a bit of a mistake from Logec, but it's fine. He needs to hit like one more recovery or any kill move in the game.
Ooh, but Zychuu finds a dare.
Alright. Not get ahead of ourselves.
Logec takes game point. But yeah, Zychuu, even though he was really behind, the entire stock showed he had the capabilities of really making explosive comebacks. And I want to see whether or not he, instead of trying to play from a deficit, he can use some of those really creative throw combos to get into the lead and stay in the lead. Logec sticks onto his Sir Roland in the game 2, his final winner scores match.
So yeah, this is a matchup that's so potentially swingy. Like, Zychuu is such a hit or miss player. It's crazy when he goes off, but if he doesn't, then he just like flops. And like we saw that game, like he went off a few times and he flopped for the rest of the game. And I mean, it's like,
and that happened last week too.
So
I remember
crazy.
seeing him in a winners quarters match where he like destroyed, and then in winners semis it was like, what happened to you, Zychuu? You know, I guess one of those things where, when is the button going to be turned on to make you go Super Saiyan? I don't want to say an average IMR player, but sometimes it just seems that way. As Zychuu going into this game gives Logec the first weapon, which hits him with a side air. Logec falling with that Sair to be able to put some damage onto him, but Zychuu kind of winning out on these unarmed attacks so far. Picks up the mine, Logic does not dodge into it and gets a nice sideline. Playing run away and succeeding as he takes a small lead in this match and lands a Sair.
Okay, Zychuu hitting quite a few moves and not getting any of them returned by Logic. Logic even hits a downlight but drops the combo.
Ooh, that ground pound stopping that end sync from Zychuu, but it's well placed nonetheless. And trying to put it at end lights, Logic evening this up as Zychuu puts out a down sig. Not really jumping, but the recovery connects. Zychuu picks up another hammer, waits for Logic to come in, puts out the side sig to almost reposition himself. And the Nair comes out that leads Logic into side sigging Zychuu towards kill percent. Zychuu putting himself in prime position to get Dare recovered, and yikes, things are not looking good for Zychuu's Scarlet here as he gets naired towards the top of the stage. Another Nair will probably kill. Wow, weapon toss puts Zychuu in a position to get down here. Logic gets the Sair.
That was a really good edge guard from Logic. He just covered so many different options. So Logic with the Lance now. He's going to be looking for Nairs since Zychuu wants to... you can't just stay in that range versus the Lance because they're going to jump Nair. And it has so many active frames, you can't dodge it. Like if you're going to be above a Lance, you need to come down quickly and hit them, right? Or you need to stay high and not. So that was really cool from Zychuu. He holds on to the bomb and then throws it up when he sees Logic finally come down. But,
unfortunately, bomb nerfs.
Didn't kill, yeah.
Weapon toss, however, will do it. Logic not dodging.
Yeah, he tried to go for a recovery, but he had a weapon flying at his face. He should have considered. Logic getting some unarmed damage.
Zychuu trying to go for a weapon toss, but does not work out as Logic gets a nice Nair. Mine in hand once again. Logic tries to trade with it, but Zychuu punching him in the face after he throws it. Logic brought to the yellow, but Zychuu into kill percent as he throws out that neutral sig, leads into a Nair. Logic gets rid of that mine to prevent any risk of taking damage and allowing Zychuu to come back as he lands with a Nair. As the hammer goes for that neutral light. Zychuu trying to bring Logic into the orange here as he brings out a GC neutral sig, and Logic doesn't want anything to do with that. Ooh, nice off-stage game to recovery. Gets a nice sidelight as well. Logic brought into the orange here. Zychuu making it back as a weapon toss comes out, forces his dodge, and Zychuu holding on to the lance. I wouldn't be surprised to see him go for a weapon toss recovery here as Logic tries to find a daylight startup, and then wow, the charge down sig from Zychuu actually hits Logic, and Logic is being brought closer to losing the second stock, and Zychuu's going to try to take a lead. Well,
that cider might kill, not quite. Edgeguard opportunity finds the bomb throw. Logic is very deep into kill percent though. Sarah or Dare would probably kill right now. But
a neutral light comes out from Logic. He tries to go with that Nair follow-up. Neutral light into Horn. Will Zychuu get a follow-up with his hammer? Tries to wait it out, but no. Pivots a neutral light, and Logic rides Zychuu across the side of the map as he gets hit by that down air. Killed off the top, but that was a lot of damage Logic got in before losing that stock.
Yeah, Zychuu in the orange already. He does find the neutral light, which will help. I guess the big issue right now is that with this massive advantage. Well, yeah, sorry. I was just thinking of something else to talk about after the game.
Logic gets puts it outside air. Zychuu tries to do something to Lance. Tosses it into Logic's face, goes for that recovery, but Logic actually being brought almost at a deficit here. As he lands a cider, goes for that ground pound. Zychuu tries to punch with the down stick. Neutral light doesn't connect. Logic tossing out the sword moves. Oh no!
Really? Okay.
Logic goes for a falling Sair. Zychuu just puts the bomb beneath him, and you can't dodge out of the middle of a move as it's casting. And he lands on the mine, gets killed at the top rather early for a Roland, and Zychuu takes game 2. Wow.
So like I have to. Gosh, that's weird because like did Zychuu intentionally place the mine?
I think so. Logic was going for a lot of falling Sairs all game.
Yeah, I mean. That was a rough way to go. I mean, he had command of that game for.
And I wouldn't even say he was in kill percent. He was deep orange, wasn't in red. So
yeah,
that was a really early and interesting kill from Zychuu, and I gotta give it to him. That was intentional.
Yeah, I do think that was a read from Zychuu. I think he intentionally put it there. That was impressive.
3, 2, 1, brawl.
All right.
Here we go.
Well, I mean, into game 3 we go. Yeah.
Nairs the lance, picks up another lance, denying Zychuu, but Zychuu does not mind being denied as he picks up the hammer, oftentimes throwing away his weapon himself, and goes for that weapon toss Nair, picks up the hammer, goes for a Sair follow-up, but Logic hits up that recovery. Weapon toss stops that down air, actually, and another weapon toss in Logic's face will put on a few more ticks of damage as Logic gets this nice Sair onto Zychuu. Zychuu losing on these trades, but not too hard as a neutral light comes out from Logec. And a down sig actually puts him in a position to get hit by that side sig. That will be bad for Zychuu as Sarah connects, and now he's in the orange. Zychuu on the side of the map, gets hit by that weapon toss. Sarah comes out, trying to even this up. It's very odd because I feel like damage doesn't really matter when it comes to Zychuu's games. Like, it does matter in a sense that that's going to determine how he gets KO'd, but I don't think it determines a lead until the stock is taken.
Yeah, I mean that's sort of the curse of these. Well, I don't know if it's a curse. It's like it's hard. Like when you play this hyper aggro style that Zychuu plays, it's really swingy. So you have the capability of taking a stock 100 to 0, but it's so rare for something like that to happen. And in the meantime, you're not going to be playing as consistently as a player like Logec. Logec, like the epitome of consistency is him. Like the way he plays is just so solid, and that's what allows him to do so well. But with someone like Zychuu, you don't have that consistency. And that's what you have to trade off for being so explosive. He finds the Sarah, gets the first kill. And, you know, I don't think Zychuu is playing nearly as explosively as we saw last week. He seems to be playing a lot more contained. And I don't know if that's helping or hurting him. It's really hard for me to tell.
Spike ball goes down. Logec trying to end the stock from Zychuu. Zychuu's got the first sizable lead that he's had all game. Cider will end that up, but Logec taking a little bit of damage, but I don't think that really matters. He tosses the mine up the stage, doesn't want to risk running into that problem again, and Logec denies more weapons from Zychuu as he picks up his lance. Goes in for that nair. Another nair thrown out. Zychuu getting that dive kick and gets hit by the tail end of that nair. Logec throwing out lots of aerials and carries him across that lance string. Tosses that lance aside. What's Zychuu?
What?
Is there a disconnect?
I'm gonna guess that Zychuu, like...
No, there's something weird going on.
Zychuu, like, mega lag. That's what it looks like.
Player one.